The council is still investing over 830 million in fossil fuel companies through a public pension fund known as the Clyde Pension Fund. This is the largest pension fund of this kind in Scotland.
Modern equivalent of the pro-slavery interest, the business interest that built the city centre of Glasgow from the exploitation of enslaved Africans. They are the equivalent today of the fossil fuel climate change destroyers today. Back then it would have seemed impossible to have gotten rid of slavery. We did it against slavery all those years ago. We need to do it against climate extractivism today.
If you go to the Green Zone, what they don't mention at all is the fact that SSE is building new gas-fired power plants. And what it doesn't tell you either is that SSE is the single largest source of emissions in Scotland. Its plant in Peterhead, its gas-fired power plant, is Scotland's biggest emissions hotspot. And it has no plans to close these down. ScottishPower pretends to be green as well, but in fact its parent company is Iberdrola. So Iberdrola is a Spanish gas utility who also has big dams and pretends to be a climate champion. If you go inside the Green Zone, you will also see it's celebrating how it's harnessed nature, the wind, the sun, the trees and water. In fact, it's not. It's displacing communities. It's leading to climate change. It's part of a system that we're wanting to change and they're resisting. And in total, so Iberdrola last year, out of all of the sponsors, had the highest emissions.
They're also up in the Russian Arctic in Yamal LNG. So Teekay are proudly boasting about their ice-breaking Arctic LNG ships. And they are involved in shipping LNG from that particular part of Russia, which is one of Russia's largest ever energy projects. I was listening to a chat yesterday from indigenous leaders from the US or Turtle Island, and they were speaking about how Barclays has also been a massive funder of the Dakota Access Pipeline. These are some of the worst climate criminals, and we have one of their biggest headquarters right here in Glasgow.